Setting up Blackboard Collaborate sessions in Canvas. Blackboard Collaborate is the web conferencing tool that the University of Bridgeport is using in its courses. It's the successor to Wimba, and it's made available to instructors through the university's course management system, Canvas. To begin, let's log into Canvas. When you get to the Canvas homepage, pull down the list of courses that you're involved in and choose the course that you'd like to set up a session in. In the left-hand side navigation, you'll see an item that says BB Collaborate. This is what you'll use to set up a BB Collaborate session. If you'd like to disable this or change its order, go into the Settings section of your course, choose Navigation, and you can either drag it to the position that you'd like it to appear in the navigation or drag it to the bottom to hide it from students. Be sure to press the blue Save button at the bottom of this window to record your changes. To set up a Collaborate session, choose BB Collaborate from the left-hand side navigation, and you'll be taken to the area where you can do this. To create a session, click on Create Session on the right-hand side of the screen just below the Canvas logo. When you do this, a window will slide out from the right-hand side of your screen requesting that you fill in all the information about the session you want to create. First, you give it a name. Here we'll call it Test Session. Then you give it a start time. You can click on the little calendar icon on the right-hand side and choose the day and start time. Be sure to scroll down to see the start time area if your window isn't large enough to see it. Do the same thing for the end time. So here we're setting up a session that will start at 9 a.m. and end at 11 a.m. Early entry refers to when a student can join a session. 30 minutes would mean that they could enter the session 30 minutes before it began. Once you've completed this, you can move on to setting options for your session. Grant participants full default permissions means that all the students in the session can access all the features of Blackboard Collaborate. If you intend to reuse a recording of your session in subsequent courses, choosing hide attendee names and recordings can be valuable in order to protect the privacy of your students in the current class. You can also choose to make everyone in the session a moderator of the session. While this can make things easier in conducting a session, it can also be confusing if everybody's in charge. Allowing in-session invitations lets the moderator of the session add people to it while it's in progress. Enable Session Teleconferencing will let you allow people to call in with the telephone to become part of the session that you're conducting. Private chat messages are supervised means that a moderator in the session can look at any messages that are sent between and among all participants, even if they are marked as private between the participants in that chat. Participants raise hand upon entering the session means that all current participants will be able to see that a new participant has entered the session. Recording mode lets you determine whether your session will be automatically recorded or whether you have to start it up yourself. If you choose Disallowed, you will disable the ability to record the session. Both maximum simultaneous talkers and maximum simultaneous cameras refer to how many people can talk and/or produce video in the session. By default, the number of simultaneous talkers and cameras is 6. Lowering this can help if your students don't have a good fast internet connection. The last tab in this window, Content, allows you to add files to the session that you've created. We'll cover this in detail in another video. You can go back and review any of the settings that you've made. When you're all set, click on the blue Create Session button at the bottom of the window. The window will refresh and it'll say, Session successfully created. At this point, you can still review or change anything in your session. You can also see a guest link, a web address that you can send via email to any other participant you'd like to include in the session. And if you've set up telephony, you will also get a telephone number and a PIN, which will allow people to dial into the session you've created. To make this window go away, click the small right-facing arrow on the left side of the window. At this point, you can review all the sessions that are in your course. Filtering by available sessions, upcoming sessions, all sessions, and expired sessions. When you click on a session name, you'll have the same ability to edit it as you did when you created it. You'll also have the ability to delete the session and start over. Many instructors find it convenient to create a session that lasts throughout the course. To do that, click on Create Session, give it a name, here we're calling it Open All Night, and simply do not give it a start or an end time. Choose other options as desired, and then click Create Session. You'll notice that both sessions that we've created are available when you filter by all sessions. Only the Open All Night session is available when filtered by available sessions. That's because the other session is not going to be available until the future.